committee. We grind for really, selling dimes and 20s. All my slimes is with me, text nines is with me. Let them try to come get me. Lemon lime to 850, stay with the diamonds, come lick me. You pushing that what? You ain't pushing, you butt.
Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be my winter starting lineup for 2018/2019. You don't know the starting lineup, sort of Freycom tradition. I don't think a lot of people still do this, but I do them seasonally every year. Go back, do the math, check out the homie Brandon. I think it's just a great way to let people know the type of fragrances you're digging in a particular season. I always like to do these sort of towards the beginning of a season so that if people are interested in what I'm wearing, they can check the fragrances out. And if not, and it's still late enough so that I can give you an accurate sort of take on what I actually am wearing. But these are the certain fragrances I'm wearing in the certain situations that Brandon set up. I did change one to the end. Brandon had daring fragrance at the end, and I don't really consider too much daring, being that I have no problem wearing oud or raw oud. So I sort of did a rediscovered fragrance that I had in my collection, sort of didn't pay attention to, and went back to. I'll get right into it. The first one signature scent this winter, what have I been wearing more than anything else? And it is this guy, discontinued. This is Mitza from the house of Christian Dior. To me, it's one of the best amber fragrances you can get for the money, or you can't get for the money anymore. Oh man, this is very dry and crackly. Almost smells like a forest that's been dried out. It's about to be a horrible forest fire. In this forest, you've got cinnamon, but very dry, dusty cinnamon. You've got a big whack of labdanum. You do have honey, but there's no sweetness to this honey. There's incense. It's just a amber lover's dream, a very dry, spicy incense that is just of an insane quality, and I've been loving wearing Mitza so far this winter from the Dior Privé collection. Super underrated fragrance. My work scent is one of the newer fragrances to my collection. I picked this up as a filming this a couple weeks ago. This is so fucking good. This is from the house of Lalique, and this is Equus, Lalique Pour Homme, not Equus. Equus is a different version of this. This is just the lion version of Pour Homme. So good. You've got in here some lavender, some iris, vanilla, a lot of fougere elements, very barbershop-like. To me, this is a cross between Invasion Barbar and Bois de Portugal, believe it or not. So that should speak really highly of this. The quality is great. The bottle is gorgeous. I love Lalique. I get questions sometimes, hey Max, do you still even buy fragrances? Yeah, if the fragrance is right and the price is right, like this guy, I couldn't resist this guy. So, yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but like I had to get this one. So this is Lalique Pour Homme. My work scent, I love wearing this to work. Super professional, it actually works nice in colder weather, to be honest with you, because there's some vanilla and iris in this one. Night Out, yeah, what a great night out fragrance. This is going through a lot of this, but use it sparingly now. Oh, because I've been through so much of this, but goddamn, is this good. This is from Hermes. This is Amber Narguilé. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know about this one. This is like sesame, honey, cinnamon, rum, vanilla, caramel. I don't think it smells like an apple pie. I think it smells like the spices that are used to make like an apple pie, but there's no apple in this. You just don't get that apple, but you get like that spicy mixture. Just really good. You know, some people prefer, I think it's Habadan, the Parfum de Marly. Yeah, I think you can go either way. You know, I think you're going to be good either way. If I had my druthers, I'd probably get Habadan because I think it's cheaper and I think it's probably a little bit longer lasting. But you know, Jean-Claude Ellena has a deft touch, and this is just great to wear on a night out. You know, this is a fragrance that I wear it, and I almost without doubt someone says something. And I think that's what you want on a night out. You want to be different, though. You don't want to wear, Gucci Guilty or something that everyone else is going to be wearing. You want to distinguish yourself a little bit, but you still want to have something inviting and sort of fun, So, romantic. I think this, when I did my video on I got like a few of my female friends that I thought were the most attractive, and I sat them down in a room one night, and we all sat there, and we just went through a bunch of fragrances, and they sort of voted ones that they thought were the sexiest, and I'm pretty sure this was the winner. This is really good. Now I got this. Oh, I'm smelling that. Was really, really good. I got this. At the Bendel sale when Bendel was closing their department. Now I believe the whole store is gone. But this is from the Artisan. They had a special line. I think it was called Explosions de Emotion. And these were like $250 or $300. I think on FragranceNet you can find these much, much cheaper now. But this is one I got, and I just adore it. I think it's super sexy. It's called Skin on Skin. And this one has like a really true suede note. Like there's real suede in this. This smells like a suede couch. But then there's iris, and there's a boozy whiskey, like a white whiskey, a really smooth white whiskey, and there's a great musk accord. It's just, man, I think this is super sexy. I think it's like unisex, but I just think it's got like some real sexual overtones to it. It's got the dirtiness of the musk and like this boozy whiskey and like this suede, and like suede can be like, has sexual connotations. So I think it's a great like fragrance to wear when you're in the mood in colder weather. My black tie, believe it or not, this one is one that I don't think I've talked about at all. I don't think I've reviewed it either. I'm spraying it now. Yeah, I think this is just really nice. One spray because it's strong and smoky. But I think it's really good in the right situation in the winter. One spray dressed up, and it's from the House of Smell Band, and it's called a Smoked Ambergris. Okay, Smoked Ambergris. Really, really nice, smooth, crisp, like silver ambergris note is sort of the skeleton of this fragrance, and then you have like a little bit of a dirty musk, not super dirty. Don't think like Kiehl's. And you've got smoke, a lot of smoke. That's why you got to be careful with this one. That's the smoked part of the fragrance. And then just a sort of indolic jasmine. And so you get this jasmine, you get a little bit smoky, you get like a little bit clean sexual thing with the ambergris. Again, sexual, but one spray of this on the neck, like when you're dressed up in winter, I think is really, really good to give off a professional sort of vibe. And then you don't want to run into whatever you're doing. Let it sort of ventilate a little bit. This is really strong. And I'll tell you guys what else. These Smell Bents, you can find some jewels in Smell Bent. Luca Turin, not super, what's the word, I guess? Not super high on them, I guess. That's not the word I want to use, but he definitely didn't sing their praises in his book, but I think they've got some just great daring fragrances, and the prices are right. I feel like if this was in like, this was Dior put this out, or Xerjoff, or a company like that, this could easily go for double, triple, but because it's, how ridiculous is that? But because it's, it's Smell Ben, and it's like an indie dude, and it's in this bottle, it's not taken as seriously. That's a shame. It's really, really nice, and I think it's great dressed up. And then the fragrance that I've sort of come back to, that I've rediscovered a little bit this winter, and I remember when I bought this, I had the opportunity to purchase a 100 ml, or at least a bigger size. Maybe it's not 100 ml. I think it was though. And I was like, no, I'm good with the smaller bottle. I could get a bigger one if I like it, and I don't think I can. I think the price has kind of ballooned a little bit, and I think it'll stay that way because it's been discontinued. But it's from the House of Dior. Oh man, I can't believe it. Really is kind of almost hard to believe that Dior released this as like a designer release in their collection, but this is from their Fahrenheit collection. and it's Fahrenheit Absolute, and I just love this one. I'm warming up to Fahrenheit Parfum. I'm warming up to that one. I remember trying that one and being like, this is okay, but now I'm starting to really enjoy it, but I think this is better. I think, to me, this might be the best flanker to Fahrenheit. You've got the violet in this one, and you've got incense in here, and you've got myrrh. This is about violet and myrrh. There's supposedly oud in this. I don't really smell it. Maybe it's there. To me, this just smells like a way more resinous version of Fahrenheit, and I think they really struck pay dirt with this one. And it's just great to wear in the winter, to be honest with you. Like, great. It's just so good. It kind of, for me, feels like a stand-in for the original Fahrenheit. I do have a bottle of Fahrenheit, but it's not the vintage, and the vintage just was more of a monster. And this performs better, and it's just deeper and darker. So it does remind me a little bit of the vintage. So yeah, let me pull this back a little bit, and we'll just go over these real quick. So my signature, this guy, Mitza Bricard's is named after, who was Christian Dior's muse when he got to Paris. That's my signature. My work scent, from Lalique. Brilliant barbershop fragrance. If you can't afford Bois de Portugal or Parfums MDCI, definitely give this a look. My night out from the house of Hermes, Amber Narguilé. My romantic from the house of L'Artisan, Skin on Skin. My dressed up from Smell Bent, Smoked Ambergris. This is not, by the way, the peeling on the label, it's smoke. And then my rediscovered sort of guy is Absolute from Fahrenheit, Christian Dior. That is my winter starting lineup. I'll be back, guys, with my spring starting lineup in a few months, and of course more videos will come your way. Let me know in the comments, what are you wearing this winter? And if you want, hey, it'd be cool if you gave me each one of these. I'd love to see that from you guys. And I'll see you again real soon with more videos, guys. Obviously, my name is Maximilian.
I'ma get it aside. Your vision is blind, thinking you making it poor. 4-4 plated a roar. Some say we breaking the law. Now we taking the floor. Knock, knock straight to your door. The chloroform cut from